I was in bands all my life.
I wasn't really much of a musician.
Played drums when I was little.
I used to play hammered dulcimer and then I played piano.
I was in a band with my friend in high school that we called Opus.
I was in a band called Hiroshima Nagasaki.
It was just us two, just taking turns singing songs by ourselves.
And then I was in a band called Ivy Labs and another band called Make a Rising.
I was in a couple bands with other really good songwriters.
Another band called Kudu Kudu Pa.
Pat and I tried to start a band with Zombie.
Somvila and Pan and I had a band called Bloody Burbanks
We were called Bloody Burbanks.
that never performed.
We had like 3 songs.
Well, we recorded a couple songs
That were pretty good, I thought, but
that no one will ever hear.
it didn't go anywhere.
I had an alter ego on MySpace named Johnny Marcus.
I was planning on creating like a fake boy band for a while.
So we're trying to create a boy band.
I want to run away, pack my bags and leave. I have no other options, have to do what I believe. I have to run away, pack my bags and go. Don't know where I'm heading to, just know I need to go. One life, one mistake. Why won't you let me forget my mistake? One life, I paid the price. Why won't you let me get back to my life? In a new town with a new name, get a job at the liquor store, start a family, making money. Oh God, isn't this what my life is for?
That's a #1 hit.
I sang that at the initial pitch, like skateboarded over to Frederator, and I was like, hey, put up my stuff, and I was like, Adventure Time, come on, grab your friends.
We'll go to very distant lands. Jake the dog and Ben the human. The fun will never end. It's adventure time.
So like, you know, a boardroom table of the executives at Frederator at the time. It's like, that first song on the pilot, my friend recorded the guitar for it. And right before he started playing the guitar for it, when he was recording, he farted really loud in his chair. So he was like,
It's adventure time. Come on, grab your friends.
and then I was like, ha ha, and we kept it in. And then I remember mixing the levels, and the engineer was like, there's this sound at the beginning, and I hadn't told anyone. And I think it was like a guitar, like sort of like just up strum. And so I raised it up. I made, because you couldn't really hear it, so I raised it up, and I was like,
But still, you guys re-recorded that song a bunch of times, right?
yeah, I recorded it on a bad microphone in the animatics bay, and you can actually hear Derek Dryman typing on the keyboard while Jake's walking in that opening sequence.
Go to very distant lands.
Because we were just sitting there, and I was recording it at scratch, singing and playing the ukulele, and that was the version that I liked the most, and I thought it was cool that you can hear Derek typing, and I saw one kid complain about that.
I've seen kids talk about it. Yeah, you can hear some clacking or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will never end. It's adventure time.
Sometimes we'll write an episode, it's pretty rare, specific to songwriting, and we'll want songs, but not everyone likes to write songs, and it's really up to the writers.
Half the time, music is used for emotional reasons,
Oh me, oh moy, oh fa la loy, everyone sing my song of joy.
and then the other half is like for atmospheric reasons.
I think if you want to enhance like an emotion or you want to enhance a humor in a scene, sometimes a song is the best way to do it.
Play Ben's favorite song.
Okay. 3 baby spiders.
What?
3 bitsy
No.
spiders for play.
No, not this song.
If there's a montage, you need something to go over it.
Working for the master, preventing a disaster. Building giant robots from aluminum and plaster.
Where like if the characters just have to travel somewhere,
Come on, let's go to my house. Come on, let's go to my house.
something entertaining that's not just people talking about what's happening in the story.
Clean, 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 clean.
And then sometimes there's songs that are just for comedic effect.
These lumps, I know you wanna slump up on these lumps. I try and touch on something real, but at the same time, I'm just like slapping it in the face.
Memories drift in and out of my mind, and the little people get left behind. So whatever.
It's really intense and real, I think, but then you can slap it in the face and laugh about it.
It's something that characters do when they sort of can't express themselves any other way.
I know you just want to give your little girl the world, but Daddy, I'm not just your little girl.
To be in a position where something's sort of spilling out of them in the form of a song, it's like a chance to show that there's more going on that you sort of can't help but let out.
I want to be here, but I don't want to rule the nightosphere.
With Evicted, yeah, we just needed a song, a traveling song.
I loved the song from Evicted.
And Penn wrote a bunch of lyrics.
It was the first song we wrote. It was
Finn and Jake set out to find a new home. It's gonna be tough for a kid and a dog on their
Penn recorded it just with vocals. So I put guitar on there and sang it, altered some of the lyrics.
There's a little house, now Finn's sticking his foot in. That's a bad idea, dude, cause now that bird thinks you're a jerk, Finn. Now they're chilling on the side of a hill, and they're thinking that a club would be totally thrilling.
Everyone agreed that Pat's version was the best. And Pat sounds really nice and normal. And Pat refused to let us use that one.
I was like, I don't want to use that. And so then maybe Penn belted it out.
I was like trying to sing it with all that I had, but when I sing like that, it sounds really like fake energy guy.
Finn and Jake
And that one was like really loud and like in your face.
set out to find a new home.
It was like, that's the one to use, of course, you know.
And I recorded a whole nother thing where I tried to sing it like, Finn and Jake set out to and I sounded like a nice, normal person. And I was like, yeah, let's use that one. And Derek was like, nope, we should use the other one.
Big shell, go inside, look around, it seems alright. Frog jumps out, and Bob's a tiger, throwing down potions for food and fire.
That's how it goes.
And that was the first song. But that's how I just come off 90s emo, which I'm not comfortable with.
1, 2, 3, 4. Baking pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake.
Bacon pancakes I wrote really fast. And I thought, oh man, this is the one where everyone is gonna know that I am just so hacky. Like this is no one's gonna tolerate this. This thing's like 7 seconds long. It's like nothing. It's like a non-thing.
Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes.
And then it became a thing. I'm I'm amazed.
Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes. All right, just you guys.
I'm amazed. I was really worried. I thought that would be the one where it's like, oh, you're a parody of yourself.
The best feedback I got on a song was Daddy's Little Monster, and that was that political rap.
We're gonna freestyle a political rap to get these guys to rise out of their systemized demon apathy.
Okay.
Yeah!
So he was like saying all these random political phrases.
Yo, demon apathy! Yo, zappity! Get ready! Government! Where you went?
Of all the songs I wrote, that was the one that, maybe the only one anyone cared about.
Geodesic domes! Science! You heard? Yeah!
Feedback for everything is half the internet going, we like it, and half the internet going, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And you just go,
I'll feel terrible and lose sleep over good feedback or bad feedback. Like, I'm just not good at getting feedback.
It means everything and nothing at the same time. Because part of it, you're like, oh, yeah. And then the other part, you're like, oh, what? And then you're like, now I don't know what to believe.
People like it.
Right.
Oh, well, you can't.
It's because there's infinity people.
Yeah.
I want to show you something special.
Let me show you something special.
Well, the song is Something Special from Princess Monster Wife. I was trying to write a duet for the Ice King and his newly created Princess Monster Wife, where he took all the pieces of various princesses and created this wife for himself. But I recorded it with like the Ice King's voice and then a falsetto voice for like the female part.
There is so much beauty in this land of lies.
I think they just thought it was funny that it was like this falsetto, and so they instead had like the Ice King pull out a tape recorder and play his own voice in falsetto, because it feels crazier for the Ice King to be like, I already created this whole song, we don't have to sing it together, I can do it. Also, my cat, Arthur, was like meowing during the recording, and so they put a cat in there, like just popping his head in, meow, meow.
Something special will remind us when we found something special.
Ice King is fun to write for in any context. He's always fun to write for. So writing him singing a song is fun.
I always loved writing for Marceline. I think early on, I felt like she was sort of above everything and so much cooler than everyone. And I thought, well, nobody is like that if they're not putting it on. And so it's like, well, why is she putting it on?
Daddy, why did you eat my fries? I bought them, and they were mine.
The Fry song, it's about a single event in that her father, while she wasn't paying attention, ate some of her French fries, and she was upset about that. But I think that was just a very surface issue that triggered a lot of more complicated feelings about the fact that does he even really respect her?
My question when it was written was like, is that true? Like, is that a true story, and is that like canon? Because if it is, then we need to figure out that backstory.
It's like a pillar now.
Yeah, it's a pillar.
To the relationship between Marceline and her father.
I worked on it with Penn. He wrote half the lyrics to that song, so it was a real collaboration.
People like that song, but I remember like Rebecca's real version.
I had an earlier version of it that was had less jokes.
I just remember being like, punch this up. Gotta make this funny.
I really wanted it to be this sort of big blowout musical, and Penn really pushed that if there was going to be this song in it, that it would be a really personal, laid-back interaction between Marceline and Finn.
And probably Rebecca was like, oh, and then Penn made it funnier. He added something, and I like it a lot now.
It's embarrassing. I had it really off. It was very off show.
But I think probably her original thing was way the best.
I made it really Broadway, and that was wrong. There was one line in it about a burger and shake, and so he was like, well, we'll go the fast food direction.
So you're saying that it would have been a masterpiece,
yeah,
but it's lost forever and no one will ever see it.
The whole thing had been heavy, so it starts really light and it becomes really heavy, which I thought was great, and I think it really gave me a lot of insight into how the show is supposed to feel and how it has that balance of being really light on its surface and being really heavy underneath, which is my favorite thing about Adventure Time.
What kind of dad eats his daughter's fries and doesn't look her in the eyes? Daddy, there were tears there. If you saw them, would you even care?
Working with Penn let me know that's okay to sort of just have fun and fall back on what you know.
Doesn't matter what Rebecca does, it's beautiful and amazing.
It was my first episode, so I didn't know what people were going to think.
It struck a chord. I don't know, like people still do drawings of Hudson stealing her fries and stuff.
People really responded to it. I was kind of blown away.
Everyone's got problems with their dad. Not me, I like my dad.
Hello Journal, it's me. It's been a while since we talked about my life and stuff.
That song I wrote for Marceline in Marceline's closet, I was trying to write something that wouldn't end and that kept moving.
Oh wait, I don't have friends.
I was basing it on some contemporary classical music. So I don't think it matches any of the guys I was trying to emulate, you know? But it was my attempt at doing something that was totally not commercial on a mainstream cartoon.
What do you think about anything? How can anyone relate to me?
Olivia thought it was cool when she was singing it.
Yeah, it was fun to sit in the studio with her and like talk her through it. It was hilarious, sitting there and directing her and stuff and listening back and trying to match all the notes, and it's like, you know, it just keeps going, and it's like totally not appealing.
Let's start with my feelings about my friends. Oh wait, I don't have friends.
Dream of Love, which is in the episode Dream of Love. Tree Trunks and her new boyfriend, the pig, are kissing too much, and everyone is grossed out by it, and so Finn and Jake separate them and like, no more, you're ruining everything for everybody.
Dream of love, dream of love, it's only a dream.
It seemed like the right way to do it was like to really make it overly emotional and sincere all the way through. You know, in my head, when it's Dolly Parton and Meatloaf singing, like, it's like, oh yeah, this is gonna sound really good. And then you're just like, oh, it's not going to. Well, you know, when I record my demo, and it's like, I don't sound as good as Dolly Parton and Meatloaf.
Dream of love, is it really over? Can I overcome these tears?
I dread the voice actors hearing the songs that I wrote.
I just wanna help y'all as much as I can. Y'all keep showing me your goblin hands.
Because they're all pros, you know, and they can actually sing. So I've given them demos where I can't sing very good.
When I became king, I didn't think y'all'd show me your ears.
But I'll accept my boring fate and shed this tear.
And they're like, who sang this? Not in a good way. Not like, oh, who sang this? They're like, oh, who sang this?
Marceline, is it just you and me in the wreckage of the world? That must be so confusing for a little girl.
Remember You. It's a note that Ice King, as Simon, was writing to Marceline, but she never got it. She's reading lyrics that he's written. It's technically this letter.
And I know you're going to need me here with you. But I'm losing myself and I'm afraid you're going to lose me too.
Oh yeah, keep it going.
This magic keeps me alive, but it's making me crazy.
We'd always wanted to do a Marceline Ice King musical, and Penn really took it to that super emotional place. He was the one that came up with the idea of them having this shared history, and then we really took it from there. Because I was like, he plays the drums, and she can sing, they can play music together. That was all I really wanted at first.
Look!
Marceline, I can feel myself slipping away. I can't remember what it made me say.
Somehow music can transcend memory loss. And so can your feelings about people. Like they're just like really, really jamming on the drums, and he's really proud of this thing that they're making, even though he doesn't really know what it is, and that she gets to have all the catharsis of knowing that he really cares about her in the form of this song. And seeing him happy is simultaneously the best and the most difficult part. Well, I was really glad that people liked the songs, and I was really glad that I saw that it meant a lot to it meant a lot to people that had been through that, and that meant the most to me.
I do when I don't remember you. Da-da, 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 da-da.
Music is definitely important to Adventure Time. You could go 100% into poetry and not back off at all. You could go there and it would still be, not only would it still be Adventure Time, it would be the ultimate version of Adventure Time. Adventure Time is a vessel for poetry.